Welcome to my channel, Shonda's Got Talent, bringing you Shonda's Corner. What we gonna talk about? Hey y'all, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for early morning scarf sessions. Anyway, so today Shonda's Corner, we're gonna talk about the kids again. I'm very passionate about kids and bullying. I had issues when I was growing up, being teased, friends. I see people getting teased, and it's just terrible and it sucks. I don't really give a crap. I'm grown. It is what it is. But I hate seeing kids go through that because our newer generation doesn't seem to be as strong as we were, because you didn't really hear about suicides and kids trying to harm themselves because they're being picked at and things of that nature. So it really bothers me because I have a child. My son's 11. I have nieces and nephews. I know all kinds of kids. My friends have kids, and they're all 13 and under or what have you, whatever. Doesn't even matter, because even in high school, if you never went through it or if you're just not strong enough to handle it, it's hard. Maybe in college you might be able to deal because you're grown, you can defend yourself better or whatever. But I was watching a movie and it kind of triggered this because the storyline was actually fake in the movie, but it triggered something in me, and I just had to have another conversation with my son. And I'm so glad that we have the relationship that we have, where we can talk and be open, and I can prepare him for things that are just inevitable because of how the world is. Like, kids will pick on anything. Like, my son hit a growth spurt over the summertime, so he's a little taller, and he's been like, oh yeah, they be like saying stuff about me being tall. First off, he's only like barely 5 feet, so that's really not that tall, but it is taller maybe for their age range or what have you, if they haven't hit their growth spurt or whatever. But the fact of the matter is, what the heck is somebody being tall got to do with anything? How is that a negative thing? How is that something to pick at? So, and he's cool because, like I said, I have educated him and I talk to him. I give him the ammunition that he needs to clap back if necessary, and not so much as in a negative way, but just to be able to defend himself, to be secure within himself. And you don't want to encourage your kids so much to fight and beat people up, but if it's what it comes down to, if somebody jumps on them, then they need to know you have to defend yourself, because kids nowadays throw stuff at you, slap you in the face, and think that you're just supposed to sit there. And that's not cool. Like I said, I'm not encouraging any kids to go and just fight. I just want children to know there's nothing wrong with you. You're all beautiful. You're all perfect. You're all different. And God made it that way. And that was the gist of the conversation that we had, because the thing of it was, the little girl was a photographer and she loved her camera to get everywhere, took pictures of everybody. And they started teasing her because she was a photographer. Again, something very stupid. And like I explained to my child, if we weren't all different, then this world wouldn't even be able to function. If we all just liked music, there would be no actresses, there would be no doctors, there would be no firemen, there would be nothing. If people didn't want to own a business and develop things, there would be nothing in this world if we weren't all different. If we weren't artists, if we weren't architects, if we weren't anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get the gist. There's so many elements needed in this world, just like childcare workers. I love kids, but I know that that is not my calling. And when I was younger, I did think I wanted to work with kids, but as I got older, I just knew that wasn't the route that I wanted to take, because it does take a lot of patience, a lot of time and effort. And any job that we do, you have to have a passion for it, or you're not going to be very good at it, or you're not going to give it your all. And I know childcare workers that love kids and they're so good with them, and it's like it just comes naturally. And that is who you want to work with your kids. Just like when you go to the doctor, you don't want a nurse with her face all scrunched up and ignoring you hitting the button because you're in pain, or you need some water, and they're like, they get on my nerves so bad. And we all get frustrated with our jobs or what have you. There's those difficult points, but the point that I am making is, whatever job you do, you gotta kind of be in tune with it, or it's not gonna get done effectively. People gonna be calling, you're gonna be annoyed, you're not gonna call them back, you're not gonna handle something you need to handle. You might just be like, forget it and leave for the day. Who knows? So you know, I had said all that just to say, make sure that you are, one, educating your children and preparing them for the cruelty of this world, because they can be the most beautiful, most handsome little person, and some insecure child, adult that has no sense, that hasn't grown up, is going to say something about them. Call them nappy head, curly head, like just all this stuff. Talk about their skin tone, whether it's light or dark. It's insane. It is. And I just want children to know there's nothing wrong with you. You're beautiful. You're perfect. Don't let people get in your head. Practice and exercise affirmations, positive affirmations. Every day my son tells himself he's handsome. He will not tear himself apart. He's smart. And I'm trying to think of the last part. I don't think I remember. I'm smart, I'm handsome, I will not tear myself apart. Something like, I can do this, or I got this. It's a little bit more complex, but he came up with his stuff, and I was blown away, because nobody can tell me different. That's the part I added to him, but he put together I am smart, I am handsome, I will not tear myself apart, and no one can tell me different. Every morning he says this to himself, and even if they don't believe it at first, as they continue to say it, they're going to start being like, shoot, I am handsome. At school, they get an A on the test. I am smart. You know, when somebody tries to rip them apart, or, you know, something happens, or they have a choice what decision they make, he's going to remember, I will not tear myself apart, and hopefully make the right choice. Nobody's going to be perfect. No kid, no adult. We can never be perfect, but we strive for perfection. And I see a lot of movies and situations where it's like, oh, they're just kids, they don't know any better. You have to teach them better. Teach your child to keep their hands to themselves and keep their little nasty comments to themselves. Little kids in elementary school are ending their life because somebody didn't educate their child. And we all have to remind and stay on top of our kids, because I had a situation probably in second grade, I believe, where my son tried to talk about another kid because that's what everybody else is doing, getting sucked into peer pressure. And I had to really, really get on him in several different ways and let him know, we don't do that. You've been taught not to do that, and you know better. And that's why I'm like, you have to continuously educate them. I've never had a problem with that again, because I handled that. And he wrote an apology letter to the mom and the son, and him and that guy were best of friends after that, because kids just try and want to be accepted so bad, and you have to teach them that you're not always going to be accepted into certain social circles, and it's fine, but they have to learn to develop themselves and be okay with that. You don't have to be with the popular group, because when the popular group goes and jumps off the bridge, you're going to jump too, and everybody die. Like, you just have to make the best choices for your life. And sometimes it's lonely at the top, but you just got to do what you got to do. Most artists and most successful people, they don't have a whole lot of friends. They have a group of friends that they rock with, and probably have rocked with for years or an extended period of time. And I didn't mean to make this video so long, but when it comes to this bullying and this self-esteem and self-love thing, I have a real passion for it, because it crushes my soul to see little kids harming themselves, or wanting to harm themselves, or being depressed at such a young age. And then if you don't have that type of relationship with your child, you won't even know. Like, I talk to my son every day. I ask him every day, are you okay? Anything you want to talk about? You know, anything happened at school? Like, I dig with the questions to get him to talk. I mean, he talks anyway, but I'm just giving you an example of kind of how to get it out of him. You don't even have to interrogate them. Just be like, hey, how was school? You know, what'd you and your friends do? Or what'd you have for lunch? Like, sneak it in there if your child is not that vocal type. But kids, if you're watching, please, 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 if something's going on, talk to a trusted adult. Find someone that you can trust, and let them know what's going on, so that they can help you to cope with anything that might be bothering you or something that you might be going through. Do not harm yourself. Do not let other people make you feel less than, or like you have to do something to yourself, or like you can't take the pressure of what's being said or done to you. Please, please, please love yourself. Know that you are beautiful, you are perfect, and we are all different, and that is okay. That is Shonda's Corner for today. Go ahead and follow me on Shonda's Got Talent. You can follow my son at Jude the Man. It's JUTH3MAN. You can subscribe to my YouTube page and hit the bell for notifications. I try to do a video every day, every other day at Shonda's Corner, and just give some positive messages, uplifting, some tips and tricks and trades, whatever I can think of that I feel like needs to be shared with the world. And like I said, being that me and my son do have a good relationship, I use us a lot, or sometimes or what have you, to try to get my points across. I did 2 videos with him yesterday. One is a dance challenge. I hope you guys catch that and like that. Go look for it if you haven't. And the other one is of us planting some flowers that my grandmother picked in my new yard. So check that out, and otherwise, until next time, bye guys.